Hey folks, Steve here. This is a little check-in video that I think is a bit overdue. I haven't done one of these in a while. There's a lot of things I haven't done in a while, and I wanted to kind of do a roundup video for folks, a check-in, a sit rep, so to speak, so that folks understand kind of what I've been up to, where I'm at, when we're going to see more videos on the channel over time, and all the things that are kind of wrapped up in that. So, um, I used to do the monthly check-in report videos where we'd look at some publisher reports, talk about various topics, and I kind of like those. I mean, those are fun videos to do. They're not quite streams like Ardwolf streams, which I like when I can watch them. I can't always watch them, unfortunately, but I like to watch Ardwolf streams. Very interactive. That's a lot of fun to participate in, and I'm just not in a streaming capacity at well, probably for any time. But just doing kind of the off-ball subject videos is kind of fun. It's good to look back on kind of what's happening, talk about what I'm excited for, what to hit in hit on the channel, or what I may be playing off the channel without recording, because you guys don't see everything that I game. I don't, when I'm gaming, it's not all on camera, but a lot of it is lately for various things. Um, I might get to play some CDGs with my wife, or various games sometimes with my wife, and I play World in Flames, once a month, or Fatal Alliances, which is the World War One version. But you guys don't really see that, and it's mostly just what have I decided to cover here in the game room, and that works out okay. The absence of regular video production on my part comes from a couple of things, right? I'm not one of the big, gigantic YouTube channels. And when I say, relatively speaking, in the hobby anyway, when, the big folks have 8,000 plus subscribers, like, I think some of those guys monetize. So for them, there's a financial benefit to getting videos out, like not just having fun with it, but hey, if they're producing content regularly, they may get some sort of, monetary uh, kickback on that, maybe from ads. I'm not sure who does or does not monetize, so I'm just sort of projecting that that's maybe one carrot, attached to it. And that's, to me, that's perfectly fine. And I've not monetized my videos because, one, I just don't think it, for what little money I would probably get back for it, pennies, right? It would inconvenience people with more ad type of stuff. And as far as I know, you guys don't see ads on my videos, but please let me know if you do. If you get random ads watching my videos, and I'm not talking about in between videos, like if you have a playlist or something, because I think that might be auto for YouTube. If you're getting ads in the middle of the videos, let me know. There's some nuance to AdSense and a bunch of other things that I'm not really up to speed on. And I don't want you guys to have to deal with ads. And if such a time, I have to monetize because something in my life is going horribly wrong, I will mention that to you guys, that I'm going to monetize because I need to try to do something. But so far so good. Um, I think I got off beaten track there for a second. So for me, it's like I do the videos when I want to and when I can, not because there's an additional like financial driver to doing it. This is a fun hobby thing on top of the hobby of playing games in the first place. I have a good job. And I work plenty of hours, and I've got a family. So those are obvious things that keep me from doing a lot. But in particular, lately, I've been really busy because I've been in grad school. And I started that back in June. I'm finishing up my first quarter of grad school, and so now I'm on a little bit of a academic break until the next quarter starts up, which affords me a little bit of extra time, personally, to be able to do more videos, at least for the next like month, and then I'm going to dive back in. And that doesn't mean that all video production is going to cease. I'd still like to continue with some stuff. It just is really dependent on kind of where I'm at with all of those things. It's a pretty high intensity program where I'm taking a fair number of credits each quarter. And so that means that, it's not full time going to school. It's part time technically, but it is a good chunk higher than your typical, part time working professional trying to go to get a master's degree kind of thing. Like it feels fairly intense. The workload of classes is sufficient enough that, you know, I have a lot less free time. So it's like work, it's family, and it's schoolwork, and that's a lot of what's been going on in my life for the last little while. You can tell because I have the Korean War here still set up on camera as my sort of background to this video because I don't feel like being on camera at the moment. Um, that I've had this game set up just like this for a couple months straight. I have the luxury of a game room where no one is in here but me. No kids or pets allowed over here, but usually anyway, my kids have been in here a little bit, but chaperoned. So it's just one of those things. Like at the time for fun is, and I'll say game fun, like spending time with family is fun, but it's different fun, right? Fun for hobby wargaming has been decreased due to the grad school thing, but we're going to go through a couple waves like this where I'll have some breaks. I'll be able to do more stuff. That'll be cool. I'll find free time where I can, and then obviously when the program is over, I will hopefully get a lot more time back, and we'll be much more on this track for stuff. In this operational pause on production of videos has given me time to kind of think about how I want to continue doing videos, and just in terms of style and technique and where my weaknesses are. Sort of a time for self-reflection, which is interesting. So I've realized you guys have, if you watch the channel regularly, you've seen a lot of unboxing videos. Well, that's like a function of time, because enough time has passed that games that I may have mentioned a long time ago on like P500 or pre-order have just shown up. They've shown up, and I've been able to do the unboxing video, and I've not been able to play a lot like I've intended to. But it is fun getting some stuff for Great Battles of History. I've got a lot of battle-focused stuff coming up, so you may see a slight change in that. I've covered a fair bit of strategic games. I've covered operational games. I've covered a little bit of Great Battles of History, a tiny bit. And I've played more Great Battles of History than I've recorded. I've played stuff off camera, but I'm gonna want to get into a little bit of a battle mood probably, and be playing some more of these battle scenarios. I want to hit OCS, which is operational, not battle, and I've got plenty of OCS stuff that I want to show. So it's that weird thing, that guilt of I'm accruing games, I'm not playing games, but I've got some more important life things going on for a very defined, discrete amount of time that I have to really invest in myself. So there's a lot of that stuff to look at. But when I get back to the regular recording, what I really want to try to do is focus on doing my prep work before I hit the record button. And I think I used to be better at this than I have been this year in terms of videos. I think there have been times where my best videos, I had kind of already knew what I was going to do. I could kind of talk about it briefly and then go do it and show the aftermath, where the first two videos in my Korean War series that is still ongoing, because I've only done the first two turns, are very not good in terms of just the amount of time recorded that is valuable to a viewer compared to what was actually recorded, right? A lot of humming, decisions being made while the camera is running, which is not really good in my mind. Me having to reference the rules and leaving the recording going, and I'm not going through all of that to cut the video down a little bit due to time constraints. And I think I can get around that by just taking the time, like maybe like I used to. I don't know what's changed, if it's just something in my life and work has been crazy or whatever, that I just, like, when I'm recording, I'm just recording and I just want to go and I want to play the game, where I feel like I need to be okay with kind of playing the game off camera up to a point in my mind, and then coming on camera and actually talking about what's about to happen, and actually have referenced the rules enough where I'm not making those weird comments, on camera. I feel like you guys some of you might just roll your eyes. I'm so sorry. So I think for me, it's like I can come back to recording ideally with a little bit better precision in terms of how I'm doing the content, And maybe I'll do better at avoiding this situation where I'm putting my arm in front of the camera like this, and you guys can't see what's going on. But you get to get a really good look at my arm hair. That if I'm going to reach with my right hand, I need to make sure the camera is to my left, and if I'm going to reach with my left hand, the camera's to my right. I think I do better with my left hand, even though I'm right-handed, because I just the way that I'm standing behind the camera when I'm doing a lot of this stuff. I need to invest in making sure if I'm going to do something with my right hand, I'm not standing to the left of the camera, I'm standing behind it or to the right of it, so I can show you guys, move it, use my tweezers, forceps, move the counter, and you guys can see what's going on. And I've noticed as I went back and rewatched some of my recent videos, like, yeah, I didn't do so good with some of that stuff. Sometimes it can't be helped, but I think you guys, deserve better than that. Um, so maybe it's a good thing I've taken a break from recording to be able to kind of, do a little post-mortem, looking at what I'm doing, how can I do better? The other thing is I know that there are folks out there that are really after like how to play games video series, and there's a bunch of great ones out there. But I remember, John Sy, who's a nice guy, had commented on a video a long while back saying, "Hey, he was kind of giving some constructive feedback and saying, that it'd be better if you did this and how to play videos." And it's like, well, and I still stand by my response comment, which is like, I don't really do how to play videos. I don't do that. There are folks that are better at that than I am. What I am doing when I record my videos is to kind of show you how the rules work as I play the game, right? It's not a how to. I'm not going through the sequence of play and doing a narration of the rule book. Other folks do that, and they do a great job. I've watched some of those videos sometimes because I want to better understand a game that I'm trying to learn. I'm trying to give you the gameplay experience of going through, this is what this looks like. I will explain rules as I go so you can see it in real time as almost like an example of play, because that's effectively what it is. And then um, over the long haul of a video series, you're just seeing the game play out from there. And I want to keep that format, but I do want, with the precision improvements I would like to make, if I do that, I can keep the video lengths down, shorter than they are. They tend to be really, really long videos. They don't have to be. I'm a verbose person. I take a long time to say stuff. I say a lot of stuff, so that's going to be my challenge. But I still think I can get the videos down shorter by recording just the important parts and not letting the recordings drag. So I want to focus on that. I want to tighten up the videos. They'll still not be how-tos, but they will be hopefully more value condensed in the videos that you're actually watching. And then probably the other thing that I will want to focus on is better camera angles, though that's very circumstantial. So I have my camera on a tripod when I'm recording. Some folks do just freehand and they're holding their camera, their phone throughout. I think if I were only doing review, like a sweeping overview video, I would do that. But I like having the tripod to keep things steady so that I can move and not worry about the camera itself. But this sort of like angle that I have most of my videos on, where it's like this, works okay, but I need to take the extra time to adjust the camera such that it's a little more bird's eye looking down view, because that angle just kind of distorts things a little bit. So I want to try to work on that. But again, it's very circumstantial. There's not always a good place to put a tripod or to put the camera. I don't have a good swinging arm camera thing that some people have, where they can have like their phone floating or their camera floating above the table because they've got some big mechanism. I don't have that. I don't have too much fancy stuff for that. But my tripod has more utility that I can be getting use out of. So hopefully that will improve things for folks over time. And it may be really relevant when we get to the part of the Korean War where we're fighting around the Pusan perimeter, and we want to have that sort of, south looking north view. I think that'll be very helpful. So there you go, guys. That's where I want to go with things. I see this as an opportunity, with a lull in recording, to think about what I want to be doing next, how I want to be doing it, and improve the content for you folks. I should also mention, hey, celebration guys, I'm above 1,600 subscribers. That's great. I didn't do I guess I forgot to do a bigger celebration video for like 1,500 or whatever that threshold was. Um, but the fact that I am, at 1,600 some subscribers is an amazing thing. Very cool. And I appreciate that. That's more than I ever thought I could get, or that maybe I even should get. I know that my, active watchers and active commenters isn't as high as that, but I know how that goes, right? People just subscribe because if somebody's producing content, they like to see that in their feeds and all that good stuff. I think that's very cool that folks even bother to subscribe. To me, that is so great. I don't expect everyone to be commenting and watching every single video the whole way through, but what folks do watch, I just really appreciate this. So that's so awesome, guys. Thank you. And hopefully, with the improvements that I'm making, and even if the content is coming out at a slower pace, the quality will be better. And then when I get my free time back, then we'll really be able to hit a lot more stuff. There's so many games, guys, that I want to cover, that I want to play on camera and show you, that I've not yet had the opportunity to. There's tons of magazine games that I think would be really fun to show and give some highlight to. There's tons of battle games that I would love to do on camera. So I have the curse of so much stuff that I'd love to show you guys, and I just haven't been able to make it happen. I've got tons of games that deserve some attention, and some I'm starting to run out of shelf space. Unfortunately, that's going to be a problem over time. So we'll look at that, guys. A lot of good stuff still yet to come. Uh, and maybe in some time we'll even do, I haven't done one of these yet, a sort of game room tour. I've not done it. You guys see most of it based on the camera angle, or even like this video where you were able to see kind of the back wall here. But there's some stuff scattered around the room that'd be fun to show you. So maybe I'll maybe do a little cleaning, is in order, and organization to make it look nice, and then I'll do a walkabout video. That might be fun. So anyway, this video is long enough. Thank you for watching. If you care about this sort of thing, I don't mind being able to say I've got some improvements to make in terms of the style here. So if you guys have other thoughts about how to improve the content, please let me know. Try not to be a jerk about it. I'm beating myself up already about it enough. But I would like to improve it for you. So let me know your suggestions. I can't commit to everything and anything, but I'll try to figure out the best way to keep this valuable for folks. So thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Take care, guys. Keep gaming.